Hey, what's up? My name is Raisa, but I have a special guest with me today.
Woo-hoo.
Look who it is.
Yes, hey, what's up? It's me, Awesome Alley.
And I'm Raisa, and welcome back to another amazing Facebook Live. And today we are helping you by giving you 6 tips to dealing with some of your anxiety. And before we start that, we have our quote of the day. Welcome back, Awesome Alley.
Thank you. So before we get into our quote of the day, I just want to say thank you for sending me such amazing, loving, and positive vibe. It means so much to me, and as you can see, it's helping me to heal very quick, and I'm just so pumped now because I know this arm will be out. It's healing at literally a supernatural rate right now, Raisa, and it's amazing. Just within 1 week, I can do everything. I can almost do everything that I was doing before, and I'm just so glad to be back on this Facebook Live. I missed doing my quote of the day. So today's quote of the day is about anxiety, and it has to go with today's theme about 6 ways to
deal with that anxiety.
Exactly, 6 ways to kind of recenter yourself in anxious times. So here it is. Our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but it comes from wanting to control it. I'll say that again. Our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but it comes from wanting to control it. Raisa, what do you think this quote is trying to say here?
I think what this quote is trying to say is kind of self-explanatory. Sometimes we tend to think that, we're in the present because we're working about things, we are trying to overthink things, but really and truly, when you are worried and you are overthinking, you're not in the present because you are anticipating future events. You are anticipating events that are happening in the future. Even if you're grieving in the past, doesn't necessarily mean that you are in the present. And I think that's an important thing to note. So an example would be if something is making you feel nervous and you're like, what if this? What if that? What happens if this situation? Those what happens and what ifs shows that you are thinking in the future and you're not aware of your presence. And we have viewers. Hello, Becky. Hello, Shami.
Hello,
Robert J. Moore. It is amazing you can use your hand, thank God.
Yes, it is. Here's a little finger movement. Boom. Yeah.
Hello, Maureen. Hello, Robert. Hi, Becky.
Hello.
Maureen asks, OMG, what's going on with your arm? Do you want to quickly explain it?
Yeah, I think I should. So, just to give you a quick rundown. So, the other day, I was going for a bike ride. It's funny because just 15 minutes before that, I was literally in the forest with my sister, who is going for her beauty pageant. What is it again?
Miss Teen Canada.
Wow, Miss Teen Canada. So she was shooting her video, which I hope you saw because it was amazing. And she was in the forest, and I came and I saw it, and I said, wow. So I went off on a bike ride, and as I was coming down a hill, I hit something, and I flew over my bike and landed on my left arm, which broke, as you can see. So I then went for the surgery and everything. I'm perfect. I'm living an amazing life right at this moment. I have 2 plates and 13 screws in my arm, but everything is perfect and everything is improving. Thank you, James, for that one. So that was just a little quick rundown. Hello, Anissa.
Wahid says, may Allah bless you and your family. Thank you. Blessings to you
and
as
you're
well.
Right. Thank God for my arm. And just my arm was the only thing that got hurt, surprisingly. And I'm thankful for that. So,
did she push you? No, I didn't push him down. I wasn't even there.
Who knows? Maybe.
What do you mean maybe?
Maybe her spiritual entity just like, I don't like you.
No, he's lying. Because we were shooting a video.
Yeah, so. It was all good, but I'm healed and I'm amazing, and I'm just super glad to be back on this Facebook Live.
Oh my God, I love your energy, and I love all the loves and the likes and the comments. Yes, keep commenting, keep interacting. This is amazing. Wahid says, oops. Becky says, wow. Team Canada, thank you. Sorry. Anissa says, LOL. And Wahid says, stay blessed. And Shami says, thank God.
And Latifa says,
prayer hands.
Yes, woohoo. All right, Rachel, what is the first step to do? What's the first step? Not the first step. What's your first tip for when you're starting to feel anxious?
First of all, stay in the present. And that means when you kind of feel those feelings of anxiousness or worriness. And also, we would like to point out, anxiety does not mean just worrying. There are different symptoms of it. For example, overthinking. We just don't have all of them right now to tell you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's the only reason we're kind of using similar words. But just wanted to put it out there.
Exactly.
Anyways, stay in the present. So when you are having that feeling, it's important to pause. And when we mean pause, it doesn't mean be in a panic where you're pausing and you don't know what to think about. It's about observation. So when you start to pause, look around at your surroundings. What are you surrounded by? What is in your environment? Start using your five senses. What do you see? So we were watching a Disney movie the other day by Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin. That's the name.
Movie.
It's that's literally the name.
So
Christopher
cute.
Robin. And its name is Christopher Robin.
Yeah, it's about Winnie the Pooh. Anyways, so Winnie the Pooh is on
the live action. Okay.
Winnie the Pooh is on the train and he starts playing this game and it's like, say what you see. Oh, and he says, I see a tree, I see a man, I see a suitcase, I see the train. And that is exactly what you can do. Play that game. Say what you see because it acts as a different distraction. So that is one thing. Allie is going to give you your second tip.
Thank you.
Hello.
So the next one it's literally what you just said, Reese, about staying in the present moment, but it's the kind of the scientific way of saying. So it's known as the 3-3-3 rule. And what this means is when you're starting to feel anxious or kind of feel uncomfortable in certain situations.
I like that word. No, uncomfortable. Sometimes that's what can be.
Yeah.
Being very uncomfortable.
Being uncomfortable or very anxious, you gotta follow the 3-3-3 rule. And what this is you name 3 objects. So I see a girl, I see a desk, and I see a computer. So that's 3 objects. And listen for 3 sounds. I can hear my sister breathing, my voice, and the computer.
I'm breathing that loudly.
No, it's just I was just tapping into some inner sense. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
And then you want to move 3 body parts. So it could be your neck, move it side to side, your wrist, or your fingers. So what this does, it kind of brings you back to, like you were saying, being in that present moment and understanding what's going around and checking yourself, hearing your senses, like you said. And to go along with that, also, you don't necessarily also have to listen just for 3 sounds. Like, you can also understand the texture of the table. It's
yes.
very
it's very smooth.
It's smooth. Yes, smooth, and it's hard, and and it's color. Just understanding and kind of analyzing little things, so your mind has something to focus on rather than dreaming about the worst possible scenario.
Exactly, and you're keeping yourself in the present. This also works by just using some of your own body parts. Like Ali said, you're looking at your hand. What does your hand feel like? You're moving it at the same time. So there's all these different possibilities. If you have nothing in your surroundings, use your body.
It's funny because just now I was trying to copy you, and I realized I'm not allowed to move my wrist yet.
You realized.
Yeah, it's just okay. The next one, Raisa. What is the next tip?
The next one is fast checking your thoughts. So on top of pausing your whole body movement, about pausing your mind in that kind of overthinking. So this could be difficult at some times, but it's a good start to rethinking. And I want to give this example that my coaches uses all the time, and that is charged words. So he uses the example of pink elephants, and he would say when you're speaking, using the word don't, actually, it doesn't help.
Using negatively charged words.
Exactly, negatively charged words. So when he says don't think of pink elephants, what are you exactly going to think about? The pink elephants, because that is the charged word from don't. It's the opposite. And with that kind of thinking,
it's not. I wouldn't say it's at the opposite. It's just that don't is negative, right? But the real charged words in the sentence is pink elephant. So your brain doesn't really pick up on the don't, right? So when they hear pink elephant, don't think. So it's think pink elephant, kind of. I would say it like that.
Okay. No, I like your explanation better. Thank you. Where was I?
Continuing along with the pink elephant.
With the pink elephant. So this is when you talk about mental health, and it's don't be sad, don't be anxious. Those are those charged words of sad and anxious. So rewiring what you say is a part of rewiring how you think. So you might say, I'm really nervous, but at the same time, I am prepared for what I'm going into. I may feel uncomfortable, but I know that there's like 100 things that could go right. There's a 50-50 chance. And using words like... it's not the best example, but it's an example, right?
Yeah.
And I think those are like little simple ways for you to get started. Anyways, so Mary Long is here. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, in the worst case scenarios, right? It's to like, okay, yes, I feel nervous and everything, but I'm here and I'm okay and I'm ready to go, right? And to kind of go along with your rewording of words and how it'll help you think, especially in negative situations, it's not good to use negative charged words. So it's really about using using certain words in certain situations that you try to want to use positive words in every situation, especially in negative situations. Like, say if someone's sad, it's like, it's okay to be sad, right? Or it's kind of being understanding and kind of helping them, but by not using negatively charged words.
And it's kind of, you can see us kind of stuttering because it's such a habit of ours as well. And sometimes you'll kind of see it, sometimes you won't catch it, but it's a little thing. I like how you said positive words, but even if you're not using positive words, just thinking about a different outcome. You know what I mean? Okay, so Ali, tell us our next tip. Which tip are we on? Number 4?
On number 4. So the next tip is to just do something. So right now in the current isolation that many of us, or probably all of us, are in, you might be at home and there's probably 4 stages that you go through. Wake up, eating, sleeping, and wandering the house, right? Maybe some of you are very productive and using every hour of your time.
I'm a wanderer.
Yeah, Race and I are I've recently slipped into this 4 kind of stage habit there, and I'm repeating it because of my little arm. So what this is happening is because you don't know you get bored. It's because you're not doing something. So right now in this time of quarantine and everything that's happening, just do something new maybe, right? Pick up that book that you've always wanted to read and it's like, oh, it's not that easy, I don't have time. Well, maybe just take 15 minutes of your wandering time and read the books, learn something
Not my
new.
Wandering time.
I know, that's my exercise.
Oh my God.
I'm joking. But
Hi, BB.
Hello, BB. I'll shout out to BB, who is I just give a quick appreciation here to BB Hussein. She and her family, they have a small upholstery shop up in Georgia, and over the last couple of weeks, they've made over 2,000 masks and have donated them to local hospitals to help out with this pandemic that's happening. So Race and I just want to say thank you, BB.
Thank you.
You're just being an amazing person.
And she was featured on CNN.
Yes,
Woo!
she was featured on CNN today, actually.
Yes, so congratulations. Not to show that, do kind stuff to get on TV, no, but a big congratulations because CNN is a really big news network, and I think it's something that you deserve as well. I am not bored at home. Come help me move. So she's actually moving her shop. We're stuck in the house.
Loving location. Yeah, so just do something. You can start to clean up your room and your desk. Raisa has an amazing story with this, as just after we were quarantined, she decided to clean her whole room and this office that we are currently sitting in, which took her 2 weeks to do. 2 weeks to clean her room and 2 weeks to clean your room and this office, but in the end, it came out looking amazing, and we'll see how long her room lasts. It's doing super good.
Did you clean your room?
I did, and then it went crumpled back. But it's okay.
Thank you.
The next one, the 5th tip, Risa, what is it?
Breathe. Okay, so a big thing about this is breathing in and out, and I'm not talking about the little shallow breaths. We are talking about the deep breaths, the ones that make you cry. That's how deep it is.
What?
Just kidding. Anyways, having deep breaths is a part of little meditation. So I think when you talk about meditation a lot, it's, centering yourself and getting into that mindset, and then your mind is blank. But really and truly, the main aspect of it is just to breathe and to calm your nerves, to be centered in that atmosphere itself by using that kind of breathing technique. So this can be easy, this can be hard, but breathing in and out. I know on Instagram and a few apps Calm, I think.
Yeah, Calm.
They have
these Headspace and stuff.
Yeah, they have this
circle.
This circle or a triangle, and what happens, it will say breathe in, and then the circle will expand to this big, and I'll say breathe out, and then will come, so it counts your seconds.
Yes, that also is actually on the Apple Watches. So Apple actually has this inside their watches that they I don't know, our dad has the second generation watch, I think. So when after it works out, or even when you're sitting down or whatever, it would be breathing time. So it takes 1 minute, and then the circle grows in, and it's where you breathe in.
Expands?
Yeah, it expands, and then it shrinks, and that's where you exhale. And it does it for 1 minute to help recenter you back, which I think is amazing.
Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we do the circle for them?
I don't know. That would kind of be a little...
Just you want to try it?
For 1 minute, guys.
Not 1 minute.
Yes, for 1 minute.
You can't hold your breath for 1 minute.
No, what?
But to do the circle.
Yeah, you do it for 1 minute.
All right,
I'll set up.
Awesome program. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. And
Flamita?
BB says, lol, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yes, it is 2 weeks. Matthew Black is watching. Hi. BB says we are afraid to breathe in the virus. LOL.
Enjoy your recycled AC air. No, I'm joking.
That's okay. If you have you'll be fine.
Exactly,
okay.
You will be fine. So,
do you want to do it, or I should do it?
I don't know. I think the circle won't be as great. So, Risa,
it's fine. But
ready? So, if you are watching this at home and you're sitting down, take this 1 minute to just be here with Race and I and do some breathing. But if you're driving or doing any sort of operation that requires your full attention, please do that.
Okay, and making sure that you're not breathing from up here, but you're breathing from your stomach. You can hold your stomach for some deep breaths as well.
Hello, Matthew Black.
Auntie Nazira's sister is Famita Aladdin. Oh, well, hello.
All right, ready, Risa? Okay. You're gonna direct them in the circle. So remember, expand is breathe in, and shrink is breathe out.
Well, you have to tell me when I get to the maximum.
All right.
Okay, ready?
And go. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. That's such a short breath. Hold.
Sorry,
breathe out.
It's making me laugh.
Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Keep, try to hold,
Sorry, I'm distracted.
Push it out. Breathe in. Breathing. Hold. Exhale. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. And last one, breathe in.
Oh.
Hold. And exhale for 4 seconds. Awesome.
So that is something you don't even need to the Instagram.
Exactly.
Anymore.
You could just do that.
So old. The Instagram.
Instagram. Race is aging on this. No, I'm joking. So yeah, and that really actually helped me when I broke my arm. So it was interesting because when I was going down the hill and I fell over my bike, I happened to break my arm right in front of a couple, which I found was interesting. They're just sitting on a bench and they hear a kid, oh, my arm. So it's funny. But it was great because in that moment, a lot of people came around, 6 feet apart, of course, came around to help me out. They was like, all right, just do some deep breathing. And it really helped to kind of, not necessarily not thinking about the pain because the pain was there, but not to focus my energy on it, but rather to focus it on my breath, to check other areas of myself mentally and physically to see if where else I may have been injured. And it really helped, like, in that moment, all right, my arm's there, it is what it is, and just, Ali, is your head okay? That's what's, like, really important. Is your neck, back, everything else okay? And just breathing was really helpful in that very interesting experience of mine.
Yeah, and I have to say, so it was me and my mom that were walking. When we started seeing Ali and my dad had reached there, he was so brave. Like, he was not crying, which is okay to cry because we expected it. It was a surprise. He was still talking, articulating his words really well. And I always tell my parents this. He walked into that hospital as a boy and came out as a man. Just because... Oh, put it down.
Anyways. Head's getting big like the circle. No, I'm joking. Keep going.
But he was just so brave and patient, and he really used what he learned in that situation. And it was a great experience. Not a great experience, but it was something that we all learned for. But
no, wait, just what? The last thing to go off of that is, like, with everything that Race and I've been learning, putting out there, just understanding the things that we've been taught, and also have been learned from our mentors and the people close to us who have been educating us on certain topics, just understanding that, and in that moment, utilizing a lot of the stuff that I've experience, like, kind of with the law of attraction, whatever you put out comes back. So one of our mentors talks about postulate, so I was thinking about positive things, like, okay, I'm going to be fine. So putting that out rather than like, oh my god, my arm is, it's like, it's understanding it's broken already, right? But just putting out positive vibes rather than putting out worrying vibes, like negative vibes. And just having that understanding really helped me to do that. And
it goes along with what we said. I love how you said it was just positivity of just saying that I'm fine. It wasn't something like, I'm going to be okay because I am positive and admirable and confident. It wasn't positive, like big positive words with like that, but it was just simply saying that I am okay.
Or like
I am fine.
Or like how our mentor James McNeil, if you're watching this, awesome. How he says everything is perfect and everything is improving. When I said that mantra there, it really helped me to come back to being centered. So the last tip before we wrap up this Facebook.
BB says, LOL, he cried like a baby after the pain kicked in. It was a lot of pain. It's okay.
Yeah, that is true. Like, afterwards, when the pain, like, when I came home, because they're trying not to keep the people in the hospital, right, because of what's happening. So after I got discharged and I was home, I was in a lot of pain, but after the 2 days, everything was perfect. So the last tip before
we have another. Sorry.
BB, thank you for all this engagement. We love it.
And Austin is here as well, and there's lots of loves and likes.
Yes, Austin.
I have 2 things to say, because you mentioned something great, and then we'll read the comments.
All right, what is it?
Anissa says, real men cry. Beautiful. No, it's true. Like, he may have cried, but he was in a lot of pain. We were in a lot of pain. I was about to cry. Anyways, besides that, Austin says glad to hear. But what Ali said, when he was on the ground and he was thinking positive, I think that's a big thing that we don't give ourselves, I don't give myself credit for, you don't give yourself credit for, is the things that you learn. So you might listen to Apso's Facebook Lives, or Tony Robbins, or Raymond Aaron, or just big names, or just people that influence you, and you might say, like, oh, why am I not picking up on this information? Why is it not happening? Like, where's the action? Where's all the things I've learned? And it's sometimes in those tough situations that it kicks in naturally, because your subconscious mind absorbs everything. So you might be in a state where you're like, you know what, none of this positive information is working, but it does. It really does.
It's interesting. Another thing one of our mentors always talks about is just make stuff up. Like, he uses another word, but it's like in times where you get really confused and you're thinking about just random things and you're confused, it's like you feel upset, just make random stuff up to compromise whatever you're thinking about. So in that moment, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, God did this to me, he's punishing me for some reason. I was like, oh, he's kind of granting me what I kind of asked for in a very interesting scenario because I was like, oh, I've always wanted like a sad story, and maybe this is it. Who knows? But and he also answered a lot of other questions that I've had. So everything happens for a reason that we've talked about before, and I think just being there and understanding what's happening is what's really important. So the last tip before we
have comments.
We'll read them.
No.
All right, I'm gonna read them
now. You have to start from BB.
All right, read it.
Okay, BB says, who actually helped you understand that the feeling of pain will be okay? I think we just had a lot of support from our family as well.
Yes, maybe BB was one of them. I don't really know. Yes, I'm joking with her, but I did FaceTime BB because she's actually happens to be her aunt, and she lost her leg when she was younger.
16.
So 16, yes. And so it was interesting to hear kind of from her perspective, and that helped. It kind of helped. Okay, real men cry. Austin, glad to hear. Crying is okay.
It is
so
okay.
True. MSU.
I know we both of us know what that means, but I'm forgetting the words. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I forget what it means, but I think it was from your presentation, I think. Please let us know. Okay, BB says, sorry, we're moving our camera a lot. Physical pain is totally different from actually learning about pain. Unless you actually feel it, no one can understand it. I think, well, do you want to answer that first?
No, I agree with it's interesting. Physical pain is totally different from actually learning about pain. Unless you actually feel it, no one can understand it.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Make stuff up.
Latifah, you're so smart. Thank you, Austin. Make stuff
Wow.
Oh
MSU.
Oh.
I've never, I never thought of it in its acronym form. Okay, so the last tip. Stay away from sugar.
Her question.
It's not a question, it's more of a statement.
Is it a statement?
There's no question.
It's
a statement.
But I have a story for that. I'm sorry. I will let
let's go.
Okay, I will let you get
Let me
point.
finish this and then you can say.
Fine.
So the last point is stay away from sugar. So in this time of pandemic, when you're very anxious, sugar can actually, one, it lowers your immune system. More processed sugar. I'm going to say this. Processed sugar is something you really want to stay away from, especially when you're feeling anxious, because it can boost your anxiety kind of to next level. So it's kind of understanding, instead of reaching for that chocolate bar, as I literally just did before we started this Facebook Live, had a nice little Cadbury chocolate bar.
And you didn't share it with me?
I did. She's lying.
He did. He gave me a little piece.
Because that's what she asked for. Ask and you shall receive. So going off with that.
But he should have known.
So going off with that, instead of reaching for that chocolate bar next time, I'll probably reach for an apple or an orange or maybe even a glass of water, because sometimes when your brain or your body's sending you signals to go and grab maybe that candy bowl, you may misinterpret that and actually go for that when maybe it's trying to say take a glass of water or have this orange. I'm craving this type of feeling right now that comes from these amazing natural ingredients. So that's what I have to say is stay away from sugar. I know it's almost impossible. I don't like that word impossible, but it'll be extremely difficult to stay away. Because,
and you can have some once in a while.
Yeah, I would say stay away from processed sugar. It's extremely important. Okay, Rachel, your story.
Just even the focus of anxiety itself when you add sugar, like you said, right? So that's kind of where our focus is going.
Yeah.
It is actually almost 8 o'clock, so our story will be for next time.
Oh, you have 2 minutes to say, 1 minute to say your story.
I don't want to say it in 1 minute.
Alright, fine.
Aaliyah says, yes, that's true.
So thank you to everyone. Thank you for watching this Facebook Live.
This amazing Facebook
this
Live.
Awesome Facebook Live.
Yes.
Because it was glad to come back with all of, with your support, because it's really helped. And I'm very glad that you are supporting me through these times. But also, I'm glad to show up with Raisa and give you some awesome information that will truly help you in these times. Raisa, you want to wrap it up?
Yes, this was presented by APSO.
Awesome people.
Shaping our world.
Remember, you are awesome.
And you can make the world a better place.
Bye.